other for like,
Yeah.
let's just sit here and look at each other for 35, 40 minutes. Not say a word. You know I can't sit here for that long.
It's a
I was going to not say
30
a peep.
seconds without my big mouth yapping.
I thought we were doing a mannequin challenge for a minute.
Yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the R.O.C. Hangout.
Yeah.
This is how it all started, people. Shout out to the Realm of Collectors, fam. Saturday night, we are snowed in here. Well, some of us are snowed in. Some of us are snowed in other ways. Shout out to coffee. I figured we throw a nice little Saturday hangout out there, a little old school, talk a little bit about toys and whatnot and pop culture, or even talk about how hard it is for you to wipe your ass nowadays because you're getting so much weight like me. I have to get a stick soon, but I got tonight, guys.
Just twirl a rag around the end of it.
That's it. We're gonna go with that. Hey, Wookie, do me a favor. Stick that tail over there. Wait, thank you very much. This is the snowed in R.O.C. Hangout. We had this big ass snow scare. It's supposed to be coming up. 8 to 14 inches. Then it was 7 to 8 inches. Then it was 6 to 8. And then they kept changing and ice. And then it was 3 to 5 inches. I was like, like one of my Tinder dates.
Wait a minute. So she had 3 to 5? Oh,
she got 3 to 5. I gave her 2, and I said I owe you 2. Save that for date number 2. But so far
that was her probationary period.
Yeah, that's it. And that wasn't just a tip. I got about 2.5 out there, maybe 3 out there already. It's supposed to snow for about 2-3 hours, and then convert into like a sleet mix, but it's going to be very warm before this cold front comes through. They're talking like in the 40s, so we may see a lot of rain. So this is going to be gone. But it is dropping into the single digits tomorrow night. So that's my snow story, and I'm sticking to it.
We're already at 12 degrees, brother, and we have about 6 inches outside. So screw you.
Damn.
Hey,
well, you got to be so angry, Eric.
Oh, mine got transformed into rain. It's just gonna be rain now.
You lucky son of a gun, you.
No,
what I hate about this is the fucking, and being in the industry, everybody gets up in a fucking for 3 days. It's been fucking the end of the world.
Milk and bread. Get the milk and bread.
You can't keep anything.
Oh, they got to make their milk sandwiches, man.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It was worse than fucking Christmas. It was worse than the Christmas week, man. It was insane. It's to the point where it was like, that's empty. Leave it alone. We'll get to it. Didn't matter.
We don't have that anymore today.
If you had anything in the back or anything that you wanted to get rid of, you throw it out you throw it out there. They bought it. Crazy.
Dust, was there a big run on the frozen goods, on the ice cream for these?
Always. Because you know what, in the summertime, a lot of people stay away from frozen foods like hurricanes and stuff like that because they worry about if the power goes out. When it's 30, 20 degrees, if the power goes out, they can just put it outside.
Yeah.
But
I think Jose should indulge in some ice cream over the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
You guys are dirty motherfuckers.
Listen, I'm tempted. Jesse bought some 70-calorie fudge bars, and they're in the freezer. I'm tempted. Trust me.
Dude, you gonna eat them all.
One's okay. One's okay. You just keep your overall goal.
Yep. No one can eat just one.
One box is totally fine.
One box is totally fine.
Man, ice cream is my fucking downfall. And beer and wings and
air frying.
It's a gateway. It's a gateway drug. All right. Anybody else got some snow stories?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, we're out. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Go ahead, E. I was just gonna say same as like what Brian said. It looks like rain over here right now, so I'm not sure if we're actually gonna catch it or not. So we'll see.
I was looking forward to
nice.
I was gonna say if I had to put up with that bullshit for 3 days and I'm off tomorrow, give me a foot and a half.
Yeah. I'm off Monday too, so I don't go back to work till Tuesday. So I didn't give a fuck if it would have snowed tonight and tomorrow. Let it come.
Yeah, that cold is coming in, man. They're talking high Monday highs of 10.
Ugh.
10.
That's terrible.
That's a high of 10. Not a low.
Yeah, it's like 48 degrees outside for us right now, but tomorrow it's supposed to get down to 10, but it's just pouring the rain out there. But Monday it's not supposed to crack. They're calling like the highs like 18 to 20.
That's crazy, dude.
The Realm of Collectors weather podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold here too.
So we have we had a bunch of snow like early, starting at about 10 o'clock this morning, and then it went light, and then now it's still heavy. And I had to drive to a 50th birthday party that, of course, we couldn't miss. It's 50.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
Whose birthday?
You aged well, man. You look.
You're older than me.
Hey, you know what they say, black don't crack. But
well, you're beautiful, man.
Thanks, man. No, all actuality though, it was my wife's cousin, and he turned 50, so we had to go out for that. But it was pretty cool. Got a chance to play some games, but the traffic, the roads were pretty bad.
Today is the last day of being a Capricorn, so shout out to that guy. Just gonna say,
man. Yeah.
I went to a 40th birthday party today.
40th, nice.
Yeah.
Young buck.
Nice.
Illinois here got pounded, guys. It started at about 9 o'clock last night, went all night long, nonstop. We had areas that had anywhere from 4 inches all the way up to about 10 to 12 inches. Temperatures started dropping at about noontime. We had 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts, so everything that they were trying to get off the roads was blown back onto it. And,
John took notes. Jeez.
The temperature's going to plunge. Well, I worked in it all day long today.
That sucks, brother.
So,
Sorry to hear that.
I had a nap, John.
The road sucked. The plows didn't do anything. There were cars in ditches. There were cars spinning out in front of me. There were trucks jackknifed on the expressway. So, pandemonium.
Dogs and cats living together.
Mass hysteria. Absolutely.
Mass fucking hysteria.
So, speaking of that, since you mentioned it, did anybody see the trailer for that new Ghostbusters?
Man, John just told on himself. He didn't watch the MPSP theater last night.
That's not going to happen.
It's definitely not going to be what we want.
Yeah. Well, I watched MPSP theater today.
I know you did.
And
I saw your screenshots with your Magic Square Prime.
Yeah, man.
Get up for the support.
Dude, Josh, congratulations on finally getting that shit working, man. By the way.
Yeah, that's dope.
It was I'm just glad that it worked. There's going to be some cool stuff I'll be able to show people too.
Did you guys not try it ever before, other than when you go live? Did you try like a private screen?
We did, but it was on my channel to show them how it worked. And there were driver issues on Brammer's computer that we didn't discover. Yeah. So, and it looked like it was working, but it wasn't capturing the audio. So
yeah.
But it's all resolved now.
It's in repetition, man. The more he does it, the more it'll just be. Dude, when I first started this shit with Google Hangouts, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, man. I was losing calls. Fucking Wookiee was pulling the fucking modem, hitting the modem, and we were entered a room in the middle of like a show. The fucking screen went blank, and I'm like, now I can. I'm sorry, bro.
I was just gonna say, keep going, Dust. Yeah.
No, I'm saying now I can pump out a link real fast, like boom, and we're good. Like back in the day, it's like
Yeah, Josh, I was gonna say everything looks like it's working, except when Nick talks, he doesn't get highlighted. So.
I noticed that today, and I think I've got a workaround for that.
That could be a good thing.
Yeah, could be.
I love you, Nick. Where you at?
No, but I was saying, I was listening to PSP, and basically the news is Ernie Hudson's like, hey, look, if they call us, we'll all do it. but no one's fucking calling them. So
that means they don't have anything to do.
Sometimes shit happens, and who are you going to call? Well, apparently not Eddie Hudson.
If they had anything, if they were even thinking about getting the old cast together, they would have all been in it, and I'm sure they would have plastered their names all over that fucking teaser.
I think that they will be involved in some capacity, at least Aykroyd. They're saying that Aykroyd has written a script treatment for this.
Yeah, they said that like 12 years ago.
Yeah,
it's probably a revised version of that one, but who knows? But that trailer alone, though, I mean, it gave me the feels. It definitely hit the right tone.
Oh yeah, at first I thought it was like a fan made trailer. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was official. I was like, oh, all right, they got this, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's real.
I think it's just something to whet the appetite to see if there's any interest after the last one.
There's definitely some interest. They're like, oh, please give us something like we want instead of what we got.
Yeah,
and nothing. Like I was saying last night, nothing against the cast of that. It wasn't the cast. That was just a poorly written movie.
Yeah, it was just way too goofy. I mean,
the cast wasn't all that good either.
Well, three out of the four of those actresses I really enjoy.
Well, Chris Hemsworth, he was practicing for his Ragnarok comedy role.
Yes.
Is that it?
That's what got him into the Ragnarok role. That's a new beer, by the way. It's Ragnarok roll.
Is Eric drinking milk out of the?
It's Ragnarok.
Is Eric drinking milk out of the gallon container there?
It's my gallon of water I drink every day. Step your game up, Brian.
Well, dude, it's getting a little late in the day. You better rework on that gallon, sir.
It's only a little bit left. I only got a little
left. Says it's iced tea. That's crystal iced tea.
I can't wait till you guys are getting fat again.
That's right.
Start talking about good things again.
Next time we see Eric and stuff, is going to be in a boxing ring. He's going to be taking on people.
I'm going to be ripped, dude. Ripped. I'm trying to get all of this muscle in here.
Taking selfies all over the place, I'm sure.
Oh, please not. Unfollow. Unfollow. I'll check back every once in a while. Fuck, he's still on it. Unfollow. I won't unfriend you. It's just unfollowing. When you unfollow, I don't see what you post. But we're still friends. We're still friends. I just don't want. And I'll check in on you every once in a while. Like, no.
Never. That's a bit much for me, bro.
Facebook can have the unfollow for 3 weeks. You can just set a timer.
Mute for 30 minutes, mute for 3 weeks, mute for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's you're not unfriending. You're just I just don't need you in my feed with those things.
Yeah. It's not an unfriending. It's just an unlistening for a while.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody that has me as a friend has me unfollowed. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's funny about Facebook. Like you have the quick button for unfollow, but then you have like this advanced option where it's like you can change how they participate with you, and then like when at the end it says you've chosen to see less of so and so, and I was like, that just cracks me up.
That's what we need now.
It seem so terrible.
That's what we need.
You want to get a like the knot from the end of the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. You've chosen to interact less with this person.
That's right.
The last thing we need on social media is more options. Definitely not for sure.
Yeah.
Too much going on social media, man. Facebook is a very, 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 very scary place sometimes.
Oh man, it can be crazy.
You can't have a skinny Luther Vandross though.
Oh.
Tyler with the quiz. Okay, I got you.
Hey, look at Tyler in here. Hey, Tyler, since you're up north, dude, what's your inch count?
You know what? It said it was supposed to start at like
a personal question, Brian.
Well, here, hang on. Let me get you a forecast.
Pardon me while I whip this thing out.
Man, they've hyped this thing up so much. It was supposed to start at like 4:00 today. It literally just got started maybe like an hour and a half ago.
Man, I swear to God, this is what I tell people: is like they hype it up to be like, oh my God, the end of the world, because you know what? Nobody's watching cable TV anymore, and they keep wanting you to come watch.
Yeah.
Get their ad revenue. Click their app, even though you're not clicking on an app. There's a banner at the bottom. There's a banner at the top.
Yeah.
They slow roll you into this to keep you fucking going, man.
Maybe the storm just had to stop for a bathroom break and about to eat on the way. They're just hanging out at a travel plaza out there in Illinois and blowing shit all over.
Like back in the 80s, like, man, they told you it was going to snow. You got fucking snow. What's going on with technology? We have the most advanced technology right now, you know, and they can't tell what the fuck is going on. Like, there's too many models.
The government shutdown. I think that might be a reason.
Oh yeah, it has everything to do with it. The Destro was the redheaded Destro was the fucking weather dominator again. And, you know, shooting Big Macs all over the place.
We're too busy looking at pictures of kittens.
No, but like back in the day, like weather was more accurate. Why is it that like we have this technology now and it's getting worse? There's too many models. You got the Western model, you got the European model, you got the Revell model, you got a fucking model plane, you got you know,
and
fat model. You know, you got a fat Barbie model. Her name is Carby. You know, there's too many things going on. You know, there's way too many things going on nowadays. It's ridiculous. Nobody.
I don't know. It started off, we were supposed to be getting like 18 to 24 inches, and I looked again, and now it's like 11. I mean, don't get me wrong, like 11's still a lot, but it's not 18 to 24.
Oh, it was 11 a lot.
So,
yeah, it went from about a foot to if we're lucky 3 to 5. I can run that joke again, but I'm not.
That's the Tinder forecast?
Yes, the Tinder forecast, 3 to 5. That's under my my name. It's a motto. Dust mites. The forecast is 3 to 5. All right, that's it, folks. We're out. We gave you the weather, and ain't getting any better.
There's not a Ren in the chat's like, you know what? Forget the models. I'll know when it snows, and that's when it snows.
Yeah, Night of Ren got a weather rock. It's a rock on a rope hung on a tree. The rock.
Well, you know, I know the area that he lives in, and it's not far from me, so it's kind of close.
You know what's funny?
Rocks blowing, we got wind.
It's funny. Like down south is getting a lot more snow than normal. It seems like the jet stream is like dipping a little bit.
I thought the El Nino was like back in effect or some shit.
I am El Nino. Remember that Chris Farley sketch? Remember that live?
Man,
that was fucking
way
killer.
back.
I am El Nino.
El Nino.
I don't remember that one.
Dude, Google it right now and laugh your ass off. It's good stuff.
Hey, so Brian, what do you think of that Magic Square, man?
Dude, this thing is amazing.
Oh,
amazing!
He used the A word.
I haven't transformed it yet. I've gotten it like half, like maybe a quarter apart, and then put it back together. Like I said, I had to go to that birthday party earlier today. Okay. So, but it is it's pretty phenomenal, especially when you put it next to this old guy here.
Easy.
I mean,
yeah.
It's pretty,
I'm not the MP10 of this. I'm the MP01 of this.
So, hey, guys, I was talking with a buddy of mine yesterday that he actually got his Magic Square Optimus, and I haven't gotten mine yet, but what I was thinking about was I ordered the MP10 cartoon window decals from Toy Hacks.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you those would work on that Magic Square.
The windows are different shapes.
Well, yeah, but you've got the translucent ones that pop out. You could probably cut those to fit.
Yeah, MP10's windows are shorter than this Magic Square ones, though. So.
Oh, okay. So it probably would be too short, but
maybe
lengthwise it might fit.
Yeah,
I got you.
Tempted to try it to see if it actually would work, so it would kind of give them more of that like animation look, and it would hide all that stuff behind the windows.
Gotcha. I've been thinking about
what's the stuff behind the windows? What, like the Matrix stuff and stuff?
Yeah,
like that? Right.
Yeah, there's a panel.
Oh, you don't like that? It's not good.
Well, I mean, it's not bad, but you know, they did such a great job on the figure. I mean, it has all the colors and designs and stuff like that of the animation look, but then you see all of that like metal from the Matrix and
yeah. Like so maybe like a not even a tinted window would have worked. Maybe just like a darker blue.
Yeah. Right.
I tell you, in hand, it's not as prominent. Like unless you're shining a light directly on the chest, like it would come through a lot. But
would that be his heart light?
It's pretty dark. It's heart light. Turn it on wherever you go.
Does he have one for his finger too?
Set him up and knock him down.
Yeah, that's my only knock on that figure too. Is that you can see the matrix in the window.
You got it too, bro?
No, but just just from observation. It's the only thing that
window
kind of
shopping, huh? Window shopping.
Yeah. Like I wish I would have had the other one, like the other lid from the other one, the transform element or whatever.
Yeah, I've been thinking about taking a look at that one, dude.
Yeah, good luck transforming that fucking lid.
Like I like the way the chest looks in that one with the way the matrix is stored.
Yeah, it kind of hides it up pretty good.
Yep.
It's funny. It reminds me of like when we were getting all those Megatrons. We had the XTB and what was it, the Make Boys and all that. We're like, only if they could put them all together and make one,
Yeah, but that battle, man, that competition or whatever they were doing, it actually yielded some good results because I think that's what inspired MC36, man, and we ended up getting a great figure in that.
Hold on, let me wake up Tyler. Tyler, you awake?
I'm good.
All right, we start talking Transformers. What are you working on there? What are you doodling on? What are you doodling on?
I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm still inking. Can you guys see?
Hold on. Let me highlight you.
Oh, Incredible Hulk.
Is it going to be a
Hulk or Colossus?
It's gonna be a Hulk.
Oh, okay.
Wow, you can flip that to a Colossus too.
Maybe.
Too many lines. Too many lines. Wait, too many panel lines. No. I saw the turtle one. That shit was dope, man.
You know what's funny? I mean, I was just messing around last night. I did that while on the Hangout after breaking the mold masterpiece shit piece. So
well, I was gonna say Frogman's on the side there. Everybody's got to lean to the side so we can see Mr. Frogman.
No, I fixed it. I fixed it. It moved.
Oh, relax. How much snow you get there, Frog? How much snow you get there in Texas?
Oh man, you got shit here. Man.
Oh well, if it's not snowing, you out.
He's out of here.
He's out of here. Get him out.
Frogman's got his beard back. He's got his beard back.
Yeah, he looks normal again. Dude, when we were in Chicago and I saw Frogman and he was completely clean shaven, I had to do a double take before I realized
you didn't recognize me, man. Who the hell is that guy?
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, man.
That's Frogman. No, it's not.
This shit grew back like a week later, man.
It's Frog Boy.
Frog Boy.
Frog Boy. Hey, you know what? I'll take it. Oh,
you'll take it.
What's going on, guys?
he's got a slight breeze down there, so they've issued a weather alert in Texas.
Yeah, what's it, 107 down there?
Nah, man, it's like partly 50 something here. Nice. Man, we had 30
something.
What is it? Like
50 something around this time of year. We're barbecuing.
It's like 30 mile per hour winds earlier. So
snap.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Winds.
Yeah.
That's tornado weather for you guys down there.
That'll start a brush fire.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, dude.
Oh, man. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, man. We were a little all over the place, talking a little bit of snow, and then we got into a little toy talk, a little Transformers talk. And
yeah, that Magic Square. I've been following you, what you've been saying.
Yeah, 8 out of 10 jokes of mine landed. Normal night.
That's a good dust ratio.
It's a normal night. Yeah, sometimes it's 6 and 10. You're like, fuck.
That's not a dusting.
Wrong show. I'm on the wrong show.
And so I got my invoice that my hoodlum is shipping from China. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like, man, when that gets here. I know I'm still not believing that it's coming because it took so long for that thing to come out.
Oh, it's coming.
Even with the invoice, I'm like, holy smokes, this is real.
Yeah, I hit up Hanny and I was like, all right, I know it's been a while. I said, put a Magic Square Prime to the side, and when Hoodlum comes in, let me know.
Ship them both.
Man, you down for Hoodlum dust?
Yeah, hell yeah! I got rid of my masterpiece.
I thought you didn't like Hoodlum, man. I thought you didn't believe in the Hoodlum.
No, I didn't think it was. I never thought, dude. It's been 4 years. 4 years. It's like
that was 5 years ago,
dude. You know what it's like? It's like out of nowhere, some fucking like the Loch Ness monster comes out of a lake and says, "Yeah, I've been here. What's up, guys? I'm here." Pops open a beer. You know, Nesty's hanging out. He's on the hangout. You know, hey, yeah, I've always been here.
It's like the M&Ms and Santa Claus, dude. It's like they do exist.
Yeah,
it does exist.
They're just waiting for that second Takara repaint to drop, and they're like, "All right, we're in the clear now."
wait for the copyright to pass. Yeah. All right, it's been 9.5 months. Where we get going here? I'm just wondering how old the technology is going to be on that figure, because it's definitely, if this thing is supposed to come out so long ago, we could definitely tell by having it in hand compared to what they're doing now. You know,
absolutely.
Hey, look, man, if it rolls without scraping the bar or scraping the table
no
or whatever,
I wasn't.
It's a win.
It was a stand-in because the Takara one for me, because I wasn't sure if it was going to come out. And, you know.
Yeah.
And hey, I was also one that said, Jetfire's never coming out.
True that.
You know,
I remember those days. God,
it's coming out. It's bullshit. It's not happening. But
with that hot rod stand-in from Takara, I didn't pull the trigger on that one because I still owned MPO9, so I was like, I can wait. If this doesn't come out, like, I'll still be satisfied because I still have this. But when I saw Hoodlum, and I was like, I'm pre-ordering this no matter what. So whether it comes out or not.
Speaking about that MPO9, man, I didn't even think they were gonna. I couldn't believe they reissued it for a third time, dude. Like, really? Yeah. Fucking kidding me? Who's gonna buy that thing?
I sold my MPO9 when the Takara came out. Had the Takara in my hand. Bought another MPO9. Shout out to Bricks on the Dollar, gave me a great price on his, and and then there was an NJCC, and I think Chuck bought it, so he bought my. I think I sold it to him for like $40. Get out of here with
that chest was so wide, dude. It was like a straight square.
There was just so much I didn't like, man. The skinny fucking waist, the way it just reminded me of a Combiner Wars figure, man. It did not feel masterpiece. It did not look masterpiece. It was up there with Trax, and you guys know how much I love Trax.
Yeah, you love that motherfucker.
God, why hasn't a third-party company made a fucking Trax?
I agree. And I'm thinking maybe Fans Toys or Bad Cube, if they can do or even XTV, at least we know the scope will be right.
Well, maybe they're just like, you know what? It's such a hard fucking figure to pull off. Chikara did it. It's good enough. You know what I mean?
I'd say one thing I remember about that Takara hot rod is I was at Bobby's house once, and I liked it where those flaps would come in on the waist. You could actually spread them out a little bit to kind of make them a little more beefier in the midsection. I did that to Bobby's on his shelf, and then he ended up putting out a video months later, and he did a comparison of it, and I noticed, I was like, they're still the way I put them. And I was reading the comments, and there's a bunch of people in the comments were like, dude, it's mistransformed.
Oh no.
And Bobby, I remember he responded to one of them. He's like, I like it that way. It cracked me up.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. Hey, Brian, you got me standing more at work during the week, so thank you for that.
Oh, hey, I'm sitting now, so
I see.
You know what? I stand every day, all day. Fuck you guys.
I sit at a desk and light customers up, so I was like, I need to probably get off my tail every now and then.
What else is coming out recently? Because I was gonna tell Hanny, I'm ready for a big drop. So if anything else comes out that week, because usually he gets a lot of things together.
Dust during that Legends game, you can get that.
No, I'm out of this. I'm thinking how much I'm selling this for, what I'm doing with it. Am I going to give it away? What am I going to do with this fucking thing?
What about the Final Victory trio? You want to get into that?
Honestly, all right.
Braun and whatever.
I think it sucks because I think I'm in only because.
Oh boy.
Only because.
Do not buy those.
I hate my fucking Brawny. I don't have a Warpath anymore.
Really?
And I have the Cubics. I have the first Cubics Huff. So if I flip the Cubics Huff, flip the fucking Brawny, and put that money away for Fans Toys and just have stand-ins on the shelf. These are better stand-ins to me, in my opinion. Are they better figures? No. Are they better? Are they better Transformers? No. But when they're standing there, they look pretty damn good, in my opinion.
You actually got me thinking that now. I'm like, maybe I should do that.
Until you know what I'm tired of doing. This is what I'm tired of doing. Being that I don't buy it that much, and I'm trying to finish up my seasons. I hate to sell a figure. What the fuck is that? The police?
Woo, woo, woo.
Is that you guys or me?
That's you, bro.
I don't hear nothing.
I don't hear anything.
I'm getting swatted.
They're coming. That's a vacuum.
You hearing voices, Dust?
No, it's not. I heard sirens.
Vacuum heard you bad mouthing their figures.
Yeah. They're like, go get them, motherfucker. Go get them.
The ghost of Masterpiece Past.
Go get that fuck. But I forgot even what we're talking about. What I hate is like I sell something. Like I sold Buzzing. And now I have a space, and I sold it thinking, all right, let me get it out there because Fans Toys is gonna make it, and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. I sold the War Dog. I'm waiting. So you know what? For $100, I'll put them there placement, and then when the other ones come in, here you go, $30. You know what I mean?
For the whole set,
And I'm happy. It sucks that this is what we come down to, but it's just
I'm into NGACC table near you.
Yeah, not even, man. I'll take a fucking hammer to it live on the show and make everybody laugh. That's worth $100 for me.
That was one of the things I really hated about the Transformer game. It's like you buy it, you spend all this money, and it's just like
you're renting.
Yeah, pretty much. And then it's like it's out of date, and then the one you're stuck with nobody wants because there's quote unquote a better version. You know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody would just stick to the Pinkerton approach, we wouldn't have this problem.
If Woody had gone straight to the police, this would never have happened. Am I the only one that remembers that? Am I that old?
This was the conversation that Josh and I had on the Hangout after ETR last week. Or this week.
Yeah. That was a good hangout, man. Dust Mites brings all the guys to the yard. Whoa.
Whoa, wait. Take it easy.
There he is bragging about his inches again.
Thanks.
Hey, Dust, have you opened it? I don't even know why I'm asking, but I am now that it's out there. Have you opened Quietus yet?
Have you seen the right out the box video for Quietus yet? You think I wouldn't do it right out the box for Quietus? Here's the thing. I know everybody's waiting for it. And I'm just holding back. You know what? My flipper video didn't get many views. When my flipper views reaches 400, like my others, I'll open a Quietus.
Oh,
dude. But Dust, you've already had a Quietus moment.
Do I remember that moment?
Yeah, I do. It was the night you bought it.
It was beer number 18.
Yes. No.
It was a Friday show, you guys.
No, that wasn't mine. That was your Quietus, dude.
Yeah, but it was basically you looked at mine, and that's what made
you shared a moment with that Quietus.
I don't remember that moment.
That was your moment.
Thus, you have an opportunity to unbox your Quietus and apply that to the Realm of Collectors Challenge of Silence.
Yes. Ooh.
Oh, good reminder. Everybody, you got about 26 hours to get your photos in.
No, it's 2 weeks now.
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks, okay.
2 weeks.
Yeah, that's how originally it was, I believe.
You got some next Sunday.
We did the one for the first week just to get people all wet and get into it.
Yeah, speaking of that, somebody did submit an entry I saw recently of a certain pink fembot with an upgrade.
Oh yeah.
Good luck choosing that, Jose.
There's a couple of good ones.
So real quick, Jose, you're able to give us a little breakdown of what we're doing here with the challenge?
Oh yeah, sure. So we're doing the Realm of Collectors Challenge. The theme that's gonna last for the next 8 days is silence. So it's a themed photo challenge. And, you got to just post a toy photo on Instagram, use the hashtag Realm of Collectors Challenge, follow the theme of the follow the theme of the photo challenge, which is silence for the next 8 days, and you'll get a chance to be a finalist. And the realm will vote on who the winner is for the photo challenge, and the winner will be announced on Enter the Realm next week.
Nice.
There you go.
Speaking of repeating realm, last Thursday, my siblings from Maine were in town, and I went up, and after we had dinner, we went to my brother's house, and we decided to watch the first episode of Game of Thrones just to get in the spirit of what's coming in April.
I know where you're going with this because I
And yeah, they were talking about the king and the king, protector of the realm, and I'm sitting there on the couch. I go, realm, and they all look at me like, huh?
It's like, dude, I knew you were gonna do it because I'm the same way. It's like implanted in my skull. I'm at work and I hear, yeah, the realm. What?
Hey,
I'll be in a meeting and I'm just like, realm.
Misty does it too.
Josh got
Hey,
the whole
man.
family involved.
I guess if you're part of this community, man, we're all guilty of that shit, man.
You have to do it, man. You know what the funny thing is? It's like when I'm in my regular world, to say my work world or whatnot, or even shopping and like there's Walmart TVs playing or something. If it does, and I just look at I saw realm, and I just think of you guys, and I think of like the community and everything. It makes me like a regular day. It makes a regular day better, like especially at work, you know. So
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
yeah, man, it's fucked up, man.
It's funny, man.
Fucking idiots. Realm. You ever think about that? What those people at these conventions and like NJCC or whatnot, when we all get together that don't know anything about us, and here we are, 60, 80 deep, going realm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a cult.
What's going on? Oh, that's a toy gang.
That's a toy gang.
Fuck, all those guys are on the spectrum.
You know what? Some of them probably are. They're probably not wrong.
The realm. Oh, you have to outdrink dust. Oh,
Good luck.
Good luck with that shit.
yeah.
Good luck.
I'll be the only member.
I will have a coffee challenge versus anyone.
No, I can't, man. This right now, my fucking chest is pumping. But you know, the consensus is out there. It's like everybody wants caffeinated dust. So you had decaf dust for a while, and then you have caffeinated dust.
Give him
Hey, so
2 cups and he starts doing commercials. So
Yeah, well,
watch out.
yeah, we're doing infomercials. But then you drink a couple of beers to balance you out. You know, I'm not falling asleep at 11:30 anymore. So it's good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Very creative.
There you go. Hey, so you said you sold buzzing, so you sound like you're in for Fans Toys.
Fuck yeah! Why wouldn't I be?
I think it's dope. But what do you think about the size comparison? Seeing that you went from buzzing to this is going to be about the same size as their hot rod, which is pretty small.
Yeah, well, I always thought buzzing was way too tall.
Okay.
That's a big bitch.
I could agree with that. He was almost the size of Blaster.
Don't get me wrong. It looked fucking great, man. It was a beautiful figure. It was there, and it was one of the first, in my opinion, one of the first bots that came out that had that toon aesthetic.
Yep.
And when I opened it up and transformed it, I was kind of disappointed how simple it was. But after I fucked with it a while, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I want. This is for me. This is for me. And you know, it kind of sucks that you know, that of course they're replacing it. But if I have a Springer that's Fans Toys, an RC that's Fans Toys, a Cup that's Fans Toys, a Hoodlum that's Fans Toys, you know, it's just not going to fit. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
I want my shelf to look, you know, uniform other than big beefy Magnus that's back there. We need another Magnus, people. I'm just saying that.
No, I think that one is good, man. I think
you don't like Magnus?
It's good.
What's wrong with Magnus?
Big, too beefy, too
pretty impressive.
It's like me. Too, like,
You think Magic Square could give us one?
Possibly.
I mean,
Maybe.
Yo, shout out to Erictron in the chat, man.
There he is.
Remember Erictron? No, Erictron, how old are you now, man? Are you legal yet?
He's 18, bro. He's 18.
Dude, then how come we're not getting him in the Facebook group?
I don't know if he's on Facebook.
Erictron, if you're on Facebook, let me know, man. I think it's time to let you in. You finally made it. You guys agree with me? You guys agree?
Been made.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah.
You know, we try to keep the group 18 and over. I like 21 and over, but you know, 18 and over. But you know, let me know, Erictron, if you want to get in there. I'll get you in there. If you remember that infamous video, by the way.
Yeah.
Eric Tron from day one been in this.
Jose, what are you playing over there, bud?
Wrestling. WWE.
Yeah, I meant to get this year's, but I didn't.
You can get it cheap now, like half price.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till it's $10 and then get
it. That's how you do it. Then when if you buy the DLC, you know what I'm saying, it'll still be cheaper than the full price.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hey, who's filing their nails?
That's me. I'm erasing pencil. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll mute. Give me 1 second.
Curious. I mean, if you're doing a manicure during the hangout, that's fine.
It does sound like that too, right? It does sound like a nail file.
You signed up next? Were you next, Brink?
You were next in line?
Yeah, man.
Next in line?
Give me the Brammer treatment. Fucking paint my fingernails black.
No.
I've been trying to get him to go. I'm like, you know what? Why don't you be a little bold with that, Brammer? Why don't you go with like a big bright color? He's like, nah.
Yeah, I do like turquoise.
Oh, do it. Yeah, do it.
Why don't you be bold? Find a shirt with some sleeves.
Hey, he has those.
Those are his Sunday shirts.
Yeah.
Those are his Sunday shirts.
Well, they're actually his Friday live shirt.
I think the only shirts that he has with sleeves are R.O.C. shirts.
Yeah.
We got to start making the tank top Nick Brammer sleeveless edition.
That would also double as the Joe KW version too.
Man,
that guy never wears sleeves either.
That's when you know you made the big time, man. When R.O.C. makes her own T-shirt.
Yes, that's just for you. Yeah.
Just for you, man.
I know some guys wanted the muscle tee. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna work for fatties. Yeah, we want the extra slim, tight around the arms. Yeah, okay.
No little side action or what?
I'm looking all big and bad. I'm such a beefcake, can't get through the door.
It'll be like a belly shirt.
That's great. Everybody's gonna love that at the show.
Not the tub top, not the tube.
Terrible.
Yeah. Us is wearing the new Flex Fit. I look like Chris Farley coming in again. El Nino.
Fat guy in a little
shirt. No shirt. Introducing the grocery bag line.
You know, I felt that way when Dave. We were at TFCon when Dave made the friends and family shirt and surprised us with that. Yeah, they ran a little small. Even when I put it, I was like, oh, I can't. Like Dave. You gotta size up.
That's why I call it, man. When you put that shirt on, it's hugs from Dave. That's what it is.
I felt like Buffy from the Fat Boys in '85. Came out with a tight ass Adidas shirt on, like.
It's terrible.
Shout out to the
man. Speaking of the Fat Boys, yeah, exactly, dude. Like that was a group that was still slept on to this day. Like kids don't know who that rap group was, man, and they had some joints.
Dude, man, it's one of the groups that got fucking hip hop into white America.
I agree.
On the radio, Run DMC, Houdini, Fat Boys, Curtis Blow.
Yeah.
These were the groups that got hip hop in 83, 82, 84.
Mm-hmm.
On the radio, into the shops, on the post.
Godfathers, man. Godfathers of the game for sure.
Wow, Buzzsaw Jack says I need a corset. I need a little bit more corset. If a corset is something that goes into my arteries and unclogs them, yeah, I definitely need it.
That would be an angioplasty, I think.
Oh.
A stent.
Got
to put a stent in your heart.
Is that the same thing as a girdle or something?
We got our own waist.
Well, a corset is it's gonna hike up them titties.
Yeah, there you go,
dude. That's why I wear the black T-shirt to hide the man boobs, and it does.
Yo, Frogman, is that you got that MP36 Plus back there?
Look at Eric; he's always trying to keep that shit on toys.
I know, man. It's just
we're having a good time laughing. Hey, is that a Zoltron 742 in the background there?
What is that? What is that?
All right, a lot of different stuff up there.
Wait, hold on. We'll go back. What were we looking at?
I thought that was the MP36, that animated one, or the
That's
toy
toy.
one.
Oh, the
Yeah,
silver.
that is what that is.
Yeah, the 36 plus. Oh, that's beautiful.
It's like a fucking stock room.
Yeah, it is.
Frogman, is that a
Yeah,
vintage G1 or is that like a KO?
No, that's an original G1. The one on top of this, the Mega one.
Yeah.
It's
The
an
one that
84
the fan
series.
blades are hitting every 3 seconds.
Yeah, actually, if I was able to get back there, I'd show you. The box is in beautiful condition, dude. I paid good money for that one. This one I made myself out of the KO. It's an authentic G1 in there, but it's a KO box.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He can't get through
Now,
to
if
it
you guys haven't known,
fan blades.
Frogman is a Optimus fiend, right?
Yeah.
Old school Optimus guy.
Yeah.
And he likes General Lee.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Confederate flag. Sorry.
He restores these things.
I restore a lot of these things. I have a lot of G1 my Optimuses, and I'll restore them. I have actual.
I would turn your audio up, dude, but I cannot reach you in the panel. You are under the panel.
That's cool. I restore the actual trailer boxes. I take them apart. I restore them. Make sure I get all the matching pieces. They all have matching numbers inside. There's usually a 4 or 5 or a 3 or a 2 or something. So get them all matching. Yeah. So
that's what's up,
Frogman. Yo, Frogman's a silent threat, man. You don't know about the Frogman, man. He knows what's going on, man.
Yeah. The hardest part to do is to strip these and try to powder coat them the original color.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're powder coating stuff?
He's like a he's got a Wei Zhang factory in the fucking garage.
If you didn't know, these original are actually powder coated.
Really?
That. Yeah.
I didn't even know powder coating was a thing back then.
No, dude, powder coating has been around for a long time. They used to use that shit on frying pans and shit back in the day, man.
Dang.
Dude, man. Powder coating's been around for a long, long time. Now that it's available to us, like the regular Joe that can use it in their garage or whatever, that's something new, yeah. But it's been around for a long time. And those Optimus...
Did you powder coat that beard?
Yes. Yes. I like the salt and pepper look. I'm
sorry, guys. I gotta keep it stupid.
Yeah.
By the way, if you just joined us, this is the R.O.C. Hangout Snowed In edition.
Yo.
Welcome to Saturday night.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's funny. A friend of mine who's a casual is a
casual.
He's getting some of his original G1 stuff up on display. He just recently bought the Walmart Starscream. And then he hits me up last night. He goes, "You know what? How could I not have an Optimus?" He's like, "I just got one on eBay for $40." And he sends me the listing, and I'm like, "Well, it's a KO, but it'll serve its purpose, I guess." And he's like, "Oh, damn."
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, the KO is probably better quality than these reissues that Walmart's selling. So, and you get the trailer and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd buy a KO for $40 easily.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that story about that dude who went to Walmart? And his son was happy that he was getting like a G1 Optimus, the original, and come to find out it was actually just a die-cast model in one of the boxes. You guys
that shit, truck that's the same size. That's like $6 up there.
Yeah, I think I got one up there somewhere.
I did see somebody post a swap. Somebody actually did a swap at Walmart. Yeah.
Yep. I saw that on maybe it was in our group or maybe it was just in the threads, but I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, so somebody had actually switched it out, like a $6 truck and put in the $50 box, and then went and got them. Oh, man.
And
I wish I had thought of that.
Right there.
I'll just put it out there. That is a form of shoplifting, people. So
it is.
If you get caught, it is punishable. Just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Luckily the dude didn't he didn't buy it. He caught it beforehand, but he went on a rant about it, and I get it. I'd be frustrated with that too.
Everybody thinks it's fun and games until it happens to them.
Until someone loses an eyeball
or a leg.
Tell that dude to hit up Frogman, man. I'll hook up his son with a G1. Shit. A real G1 Optimus.
Yeah,
Prime.
didn't you just give somebody one of those, Froggy?
Dude, I give people a lot of things.
Like somebody was literally almost in tears because like their dad had bought them. Oh, that was you, Jose, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Brammer too.
Yeah, I gave one to Brammer and gave one to Jose. Power
Dude, that was
Master Optimus
amazing,
Prime.
dude.
Yeah,
that was amazing,
those
brother.
are authentic. And those are
Beautiful
actually complete,
too.
man.
Clean.
Yeah, instructions, they're complete. They weren't abused. The paint, the decals, everything about them were like mint, man. So
that's amazing, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that translucent MP10 you gave me, Frogman, for my birthday last year. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
It's right there.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's dope. That's so dope, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Shut up, Frogman, man. I mean, he's a great dude. He's a generous guy. He's a good friend to everybody. And hey, he even supported my daughter and bought some Girl Scout cookies off of her.
Yeah, those are dope.
Oh, your daughter's selling Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah, dude. Hit him
up.
Yep. He'll shoot you the link. They're good.
You can buy them online now?
Yeah.
And you can get them shipped, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, wow.
That's how
what do I tell the troops of girls sitting out front of my grocery store and my Wawas? Like, sorry, I got them online.
Yep. You gotta be.
Welcome to 2019. Brick and mortar's dead, dear.
Yep.
Hey, Josh, let them know how they're different cookies, dude. They're not the same.
Oh yeah, it depends on what region you're in. These are different from the ones you have available to you. Then.
Yeah, to me, yeah. Yeah. I don't get these. That's why I ordered them.
Different flavors or what?
Same flavors, but they're a different variety of the cookies. There's two bakeries, and they're slight variations of the same recipe. It just depends on what council goes with what.
That's interesting.
You see, like they have I think it's the lemon cookies. Usually, like it's like a white cookie with the lemon icing in the bottom. This one's different. This is like a powdered one with it's a powdered one with it's filled or something, right?
Yeah.
Josh is selling KO Girl Scout cookies.
No, they're legit. They're legit.
Shit, man.
Wei Zhang, man, knows no shame.
Are they Wei Zhang oversized Girl Scout cookies? Or undersized?
They're a 1-to-1.
1-to-1 scale.
I was gonna say you could keep those undersized ones.
But they're delicious, man. They're delicious.
Well, she was thrilled, and she said to tell you thank you.
Oh man,
that's amazing, man.
No problem, man.
Yeah, it's funny because they went on sale on the 3rd, and I posted the link on the 3rd, and Lance Park, he was just like, "You're a monster. You do realize we just started this weight loss challenge, right?"
That is funny.
They store great in the freezer.
That is very true.
I mean, they usually take a while to ship, though, don't they? Like, probably not going to get them till after the challenge is over. They ship right away?
Dude, I ordered mine. When did I order mine, Josh? I got mine on Thursday. This past Thursday.
Let's see. You ordered on
2 weeks ago.
It's really Josh selling them.
The 7th.
He's looking up PayPal invoices.
The 7th of January, and I just got them this Thursday. So on the 17th.
10 days.
10 days, man.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Jose is going to get so many Girl Scout cookies delivered here on January 29th. It seems.
I thought it would take a long time to come. Usually, that's the way it is. Or when usually when they do it at school, when it's
see, that's their pre-orders, man. They're loading you up, and they're like, "Okay, we're going to place our big council order," and they'll usually get so many thousand boxes, and then all those pre-orders, they'll fill those when they come in, and then they'll have extras for the booths and stuff.
Here, where you can let's say your troop ran out, you can literally go down to the store here in downtown Detroit and go pick up some for emergency order, and they'll just credit your account for them. They're a well-oiled machine, dude.
Yeah, they are.
Jim H in the chat says you can buy the donator box, and then you don't have to eat them. What's the point of this?
Then you just throwing money away.
It's actually the money directly goes to support the actual girl. the troop that sells them. So,
well, why don't they just ask for money instead of? I mean, where do the cookies go?
They take them to like food pantries and shelters, homeless shelters, and
Dust mites on the move.
Distribute them to troops that are stationed around the world.
What do you guys? What do you? Hey, yo!
What?
Dust mites on the move.
What are they doing? Man, it's time. It's time for on the move live snow forecasting.
Snow update.
Shit up. Yeah, we're getting a snow update. Let me grab a beer and we're gonna go downstairs and do a snow update.
All right, great.
All right, man.
You guys want to join me?
Yeah, man.
Since this is the snowed in podcast, I figured I'd keep it a little different. Hopefully, I won't lose a Wi-Fi. You know, we don't want no lo-fi. I'm sorry, you guys could keep talking.
All right. Hey, Dustin, can you give us a smell update while you're down there?
Look at that. Look at them lights.
It's fine, bro. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Be careful.
Watch that step.
Yeah, it would be funny. I fall fucking on a step right in. You know, not only does it smell like sour milk, but there's beer smell at the bottom. My fat. You're a piss because I would piss myself once I landed. Also. All right. I live in the hood all of a sudden, so I got my fucking. All right, let's do this. How do I turn this around? Can I turn this around? I never did this on my phone before. Okay, I can turn it around.
There you go.
Can you guys see it turn around?
Yeah.
Ooh, we got a little.
Check out Eddie's inches.
Snow going on here. A little snow. Oh, there's a plow truck.
Yeah, there goes a snowplow.
Little plow truck going through. They're working on a new apartment down here.
Oh, that's the old lady that was always.
Oh, snap.
Oh, party downstairs.
Hello.
This is where Dust gets attacked.
Somebody stay on standby, ready to call the authorities in case he gets jumped.
Arrested for trespassing and shit.
It's gonna run into some homeless guy squatting down there.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's probably some crackheads in there squatting.
Wow, they really fucking gutted this place, man.
Hey, where's the bloodstained carpet at? Can you find that?
Her security
bathroom and everything. Look at it. Look at this. They gutted the whole fucking joint.
See, that's what happened. That's where all the milk went when he spilled it. They had to,
oh no! A gallon of milk did all this.
Here's the office.
Why the door was open so they can air that fucker out.
Yeah, let me get the fuck out of here before I get fucking arrested.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's no light in the kitchen. I don't know if you guys can see the kitchen, but this is the kitchen.
Oh, it's cozy.
Yeah.
All right.
Get the hell out of there, dude.
Oh, look, they got a nook.
You guys can see me again?
Yeah, kind of.
I'm locking it.
You're getting all jammed up.
I don't know.
There
Maybe you should have left it unlocked.
All right, that was snow update. My name is Dennis Miller. That's snow update.
G Money said that was the Blair Dust Project.
No, it's funny. You go down to an apartment that's the same as yours and it's gutted like that. You're like, man, I live in a crack house. It's the crack house version, and this is the good version. All right, guys. I'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you for joining me. It is snowing. Yeah. I'm waiting for the Tinder jokes. All right, we're good.
All
right. Hey, so Tyler, are you by chance happening to get that War Machine Punisher?
I am not. I'm going. I'm straight Star Wars. I'm
okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. And that's one of those things. Like, I don't know if I would do a Punisher War Machine. I would probably do a Punisher or a Punisher and a War Machine. I don't know if I need them both in the same thing.
Yeah, I think for me, somebody who, I mean, this actually just got me in. I'm putting my money down.
Here we go. Here we go. Welcome to the club, man.
That got me in. That did it.
It's a real unique figure, dude.
It is, and I love War Machine. I love Punisher. It's like the best of both worlds. So I figured if I get one and I get out real quick, I won't be mad.
There is no getting in and getting out real quick.
No, there's not.
Do you know the story about behind that one? Did you read the comic book on that? Yeah, it's pretty badass, right?
Also, I played the I think it's Final Fight or whatever, the first fight or whatever that's on the mobile. Like they pulled it. He's in there too. So I'm like, this is perfect. This is perfect, man. I think I'm gonna get one. And
I like how he stole that shit and fucking started spray painting the chat. Yeah, dude, he started murdering and killing a lot of people. Fucking crazy.
Oh, cool. So that was my interest. Like, does he just get in that thing and just fucking murder people by the thousands? That would be wild shit.
He fucking he stole it, painted it up, and then he started.
He goes on
shooting and. Yeah.
So how does Tony not have this thing low jacked where he can just remotely turn it off?
I was thinking the same thing, man. At first, like I'm not gonna give it away, so like you just kind of
All right, all of you Marvel guys, blue or purple pants on the Hulk?
Purple.
Yeah.
All right,
purple.
I say brown.
Brown pants.
Slacks with a tapered fit, a slim fit, savage fit.
It's blue pants. Blue pants if it's gray Hulk. Purple for green.
Yes.
True. Very true. Be right back.
And then of course, if it's Mr. Fix-It, then whole suit.
Yep.
Dude, Mr. Fix-It was such a great fucking story.
Yeah.
That's great.
He was a bodyguard, mob guy in Las Vegas. How dope is that, man? It was Vegas, right? First Vegas, right?
Yep. Banging that chick Marlo too, the redhead.
You know what's cool was it like he wasn't as big and bulky. They kind of slimmed him down a little bit so he could interact more with
but the Gray Hulk was smaller. That's how they played it. Like, saying that he wasn't as big as the Savage Hulk.
I can't believe that door was open down there.
It was weird.
Yeah,
so the contractors can come and go.
Dude, they demoed that on my day off. They started the demo. I was like, you motherfuckers.
Oh man, isn't that like suck? Like when you're sometimes like if I'm home from work on a day that I'm not usually home, and you're like, you think it's just gonna be a quiet day, but no, like the neighbors have like fucking construction going on around you and shit. I'm like, God damn,
this is the shit that happens when you're not here,
Yeah.
Like usually in the summertime, Tuesday's always the fucking the landscaper day. 6:30 a.m. Fucking those big ass fucking lawnmowers just hanging on the side of it. It's like, what the fuck, man? Idiots with the Ghostbuster backpack.
The leaf blowers. What was that? What did you say?
7 o'clock in the fucking morning, man. Thanks, guys. The reason why it took me so long, I had to reinstall Hangouts on the phone, and I could see where people get frustrated when they're using their phone. But if you email the link to yourself, you click it, Hangouts opens up. You have to click on the 3 dots on the right, and it'll tell you have to accept. Tell you you're going live, accept, and blah blah blah. Then it'll bring you in. So
you should have learned that with me. You always have to email it to me.
Yeah, I know.
You can email it or text it. I just
whoa! What's up with the knees? What's going on, man? That's a bad angle, bro. Whoa!
Showing a little leg there, bro.
Whoa!
Hey, I'm just glad it's a word that we can see that begins with a KN instead of the NU.
Guys, I just want to let you guys know I love the vibe tonight. We're having a good time. It reminds me of the old school hangouts that we used to do, man. Thank you guys for being here tonight, and I hope everybody that's watching is enjoying it. The chat is fucking lighting up. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. If you want to be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we got 1 spot open, 1 spot left. If you want to be on, hit me up on Facebook Messenger, and I will send you the link.
Yeah. My bad about the knees. My bad.
Hey, like I said, I'm glad it was your knees, brother.
You know, you gotta watch those angles, man. This was like I was doing that live video on Facebook. I'm like, God damn, chins are plenty. I didn't look like that 2 years ago. I wish there was a challenge I could fucking join.
Oh.
You see, what's gonna happen is I'll lose it after the challenge because I don't need to be pressured like you guys. Tell me what to fucking do.
That's the motivation, though. Yeah, it's the motivation.
See, you know, in the past 2 years, I've let myself down way too many times, so I knew exactly what would happen. And instead of letting myself down, I don't want to let anybody else down. So
you wouldn't be, though.
We'll get there.
Jose would gladly take your money.
Oh, yeah, fuck that. I knew I wasn't fucking with Mr. Intermediate Fasting over there. Like Mr. Monday Night, it's Mr. Intermediate Fasting. I know his role. I know he's slow roll shit. I ain't fucking with him. I need some sort of groundbreaking, earth-breaking, fucking depressing, emotional type shit to happen in my life. Like, you know, there's nobody to break up, but I need something fucked up to fuck me up a little bit. I'll drop the pounds. And I need to start a relationship with someone and force them to break up with me, which would send me into a spiraling downfall, so I could drop 120 pounds like the last one.
Well, I mean,
you also got to be really into them for that effect to happen. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, not only did I drop 120, I dropped another 103 or 113. I think she was when we.
Just to be fair, Gary told you this was going to be happening a while ago. You could have went and fucking got somebody and had them destroy your life by now, and then you would have been good to go.
Dude, I'm part of the, you know, like I said before, I'm part of the He-Man Woman Haters Club. I'm not even a fucking gang club.
Spanky.
Yep. What was this? Was this the call sign?
That was the call sign.
That was the call sign, man. I wish we could see those again. Fuck you, Bill Cosby, and your lazy ass eye. You know why Bill Cosby had a lazy ass eye? Because he always had one eye on the door when he's with his women. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody on that one. All right, we just went to a bet.
That's a good.
There's one eye on the door. Let me show you something over here. That's the worst Bill Cosby impression. Anybody got one better?
It's pretty bad.
Anybody on the panel got one better?
No,
I don't.
Then mine's the best one here. That's all that matters. All right, everybody's getting sleepy. We getting sleepy here? We're losing a little momentum here, guys.
Negative.
No. Do I have to go downstairs again and, you know, act like a fucking episode of Cops and kick things and say, "Where's it? Get a flashlight. What do you got getting in here?" You know? Oh, the place really looks different when it's fucking gutted. I wonder if they're gonna remodel it like mine, because I got the executive remodel here with the stainless steel and the two-tone paint and the crown moldings and.
You know. No, it's on the first floor. Executives are always on the top floor. So.
Oh, man. Dude,
hey, how long was she in that apartment for, Dust? Or you've been there for what?
I've only been here a year, a little bit over a year.
So she's been there since the beginning?
They were here for a very long time, because you could tell, because they started changing out the windows and the sliding doors about 6 years ago, and I'm in the same development that I used to live in a different apartment for like 10 years on the other side. So 9 years on the other 8 years on the other side. So
okay,
I was there, and I had so I'm sure once I moved out of my place, my old place looked like that downstairs. You know what I mean? Like within like 2 days, they pulled all the windows out. They did that. They demoed it. By Friday, it was almost done, and then. It looks like now they're going to do the cabinets and shit like that, so a lot more hammering. But you know what? I think what they wanted to do was demo it before the weather got bad. So
okay,
gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah, so you know, if someone doesn't move into, you know, we have 825 units here, and maybe 3/4 are rented, if that.
Wow,
there's a lot of empty units here, so they're not really trying to push to get these things done because there's so many that are available. It's a big complex, man. It's really a big complex.
That's what's up, man.
Speaking of complex,
so
let's talk about the transformation on that new Transform Element Prime.
Is it that bad? It can't be as bad as your.
I don't know. I just had an Eric moment where I tried to keep it on point. Get back to talking about toys and Transformers. And I'm sure Tyler loves all the Transformer talk. Let's talk about that new Hot Toys Punisher that's coming out.
We kind of did already, but yeah.
Oh, I wasn't here. Was I downstairs?
Yeah, you were off camera.
Oh, was I downstairs? I was actually here listening to you guys. All right, next up. Yeah, let me check the notes. Pull up a chair at the Cool Table Network. Podcast network of wrong notes.
No, I did have a question though. So like, I just got this that Star Wars Battlefront and a free raffle, and I started playing that. Like, has anybody else played that game yet?
Mm-hmm.
The newest one or the older one?
The second one, part 2.
I have it. It's good.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
The new one?
It seems pretty interesting. Well, Battlefront 2 came out what, like 6 months ago, 8 months ago?
Yeah, then I had the one before that.
Close to a year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay.
Shout out to Shark Hunt Beer.
So
it's wrong notes.
Wrong show.
It's the one with
and you'll never hear
all the
else.
DLC and all that stuff. It was like one that EA was, I guess, giving out to people who went to E3 and stuff like that. But I just started playing it, but I was like, I don't know if I want to invest that much time in it just yet. But if you guys think it's good, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get it.
No, you'll have a good time, man. It's free. Fuck it, play it. I'm gonna bring the tramp stamp back. Mine's gonna say too legit to shit.
Oh, okay.
See, this is stupid things. Whenever I come up with something stupid, I just put it in my notes. Stupid notes. All right. Shout out to Freedom Fries. You know what Freedom Fries are? Those are the fries that fall out into the bag.
Those are Freedom Fries, yeah.
Yeah, they make it out. You know, when you're done, they make it out. We're free. Run.
Or you can just go to Five Guys and get nothing but fries in the bag.
You get it through the drive-through. You know, you sit in the car, you get hamburger, eat your fries, and you just throw the bag to the side. And there's a couple fries at the bottom. Those are Freedom Fries because they're out of there. I want to make like a Pixar animated picture called Freedom Fries.
What about the fries that you find?
A female and a male French fry, and they're free, and they're in the real world.
What about the fries that you find on your car mat when you get home?
Nice. Those are fuck fries.
Those are refugees.
Those are FUBAR fries.
Jesus.
We're coming up with Pixar movies right here live on the R.O.C. Hangout, by the way. That's mine. I copyright. Anybody that comes out with that, you're dead. That's up there with a cancer called Finding Chemo.
Speaking of movies,
God.
Speaking of movies, so John Wick 3. How excited are we about that? Quick change, real quick.
I gotta see the second one to get hyped about the third one.
The second one was good.
Now, which dog is this one about? I forget. I
don't know. He's probably got a new puppy from.
All right.
Hey, Frogman, the best thing about this, I can reuse jokes. You know, I like that. I enjoy the John Wick movies, but I'm not like that into it.
I like them. They're cool.
I really enjoyed the first one. I just haven't made time to watch the second one yet.
I think the first one like wows the fuck out of you, and then the second one's like, well, that's pretty cool. All right. So hopefully the third one's not like, yeah, it was all right. Because it's usually the same thing over and over again, ain't it?
Yeah, well, look at the time. We're in the time of just throw it out. So let's hopefully they do a little something more than just make like another. Hold on, I'm trying to get this fucking window. Just another, in the series.
So what you're saying, you're equating the film industry to Tuesday's tuna casserole. Just
it's the fucking same fucking shit, different fucking rapper.
It looks like it's going to be a direct continuation. especially since now, like he got everybody after him. So
now, is the comic from? Is it like a comic fiction? Where's I never knew where John Wick came from. Is there a fiction already?
Me neither.
Going off something?
Nobody knew where he came from. They just knew not to fuck with him.
Someone just made it up, or is there a comic book? Is there a trade paperback? Is there any type of fiction out there for John Wick?
Or maybe the third one will be about his.
I feel like a nerd that doesn't know anything if I'm asking people about John Wick.
No, I don't think so.
There is a comic book series out now.
There is? That's where it came from, right? Of course.
No, there was a movie first, and then they did a comic.
Oh, that's where it originated from?
Yeah, film first.
Huh.
See, but the first one doesn't tell you about his past, right? Just glimpses over it a little bit. Right?
Yeah.
All right, Mervine. Mervine. Not Mervin. It's Mervine in the chat said the comic came after the first movie. So that's cool, man. Like nowadays, everybody's trying to reach out and find shit from comics to actually make something that's original that gets turned into a comic. Of course, that's a fiction, that's a fiction base. Speaking of base, I need a new fucking desk.
All about that base.
All your base belong.
Ooh,
to us.
That's a deep cut.
Got you. Woot, woot, and leet. Woot and leet.
Oh, no.
You don't want to bring it back, do you?
Oh, hell no.
Shout out to all you half-lifers out there.
Anybody finished Punisher yet? I know someone's watching it already.
Shit, I forgot about that.
I haven't seen it yet.
I
haven't even started.
Well, I'll see you guys later. I got some TV to watch.
All right, peace. I'm out.
I think I'm 4 episodes in, 4 or 5.
How is it so far?
It's fine.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't really like one of the females, and like to me, it just kind of seems like I don't know. I think you would have cut this chick loose a long time ago.
Which one? The one that comes out on Daredevil?
Take it easy over
No.
It's not the blonde with all the moles on her face.
No. And then like this whole Jigsaw thing is kind of getting old too, but that's me.
I think what it was about the first season is we were coming off that Daredevil season 2 high.
Yeah.
We were like, oh my God, this is fucking great. And when you go back and watch Punisher season 1, like, it's okay.
It started off really slow. I mean, it got really good towards like maybe the last 4 episodes.
There was some filler shit.
Yeah,
it's definitely not the rooftop fucking episodes. Definitely not the rooftop. The rooftop episodes are fucking incredible. I can watch those episodes over and over again.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So
I'm with you there.
I'm gonna fire it up on Sunday. See what's up.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I might watch an episode or 2 tonight and then go from there.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get through all. Was it 13 on this one? 12.
I don't know.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's one of the big beefs with Netflix. Was Netflix wanted 12, 13, and they didn't want to do that many. And
I'll watch it at work.
Wow, look at the job. What the hell? What type of job you got?
I'll watch it when I'm in a construction site and I'm bored.
You're sitting on the side of the road watching the convicts pick up trash.
He never gets done.
He's got the
sawn
off
when I'm on the construction site.
Yeah, he's got the sawn off and he's watching the guys pick up the trash on the side of the road.
They fucking knock on my window and go, "Sir, we're ready for the inspection." I'm like, "Damn it, I'm gonna have to pause this shit just when it's getting good."
He gets his hard hat out. He gets his hard hat out.
It's 13 episodes.
Yeah.
13? That's not
Yep.
bad.
13. Yeah, I think 13 is too many. 10's a sweet spot for, because then they start throwing that filler shit in there.
8. Yeah, 8 would be good.
You think? No, I don't think 8 would. I think I would need more than 8.
They
I
were
would
a
be more
solid
disappointed
10.
with 8.
10 would be fun.
Yo.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa, back it up. Beep, 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 beep. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the R.O.C. Hangout. The new name of the show is 10 Seconds with Deluxe Baldwin.
Oh, shit.
And that's how it is in the bedroom. That's what I heard.
Hey there.
Hey, everybody, I'm done.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got mine. She better get hers.
What's up, dude?
Not much. What y'all doing?
Shit, we're having a good time, man. Just chilling out, talking, laughing.
Yay.
Doing what we do. You got the last spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ladybugs at the Ladybug Picnic.
Wow, I'm honored. A lot of people on here.
You got the last spot, bro. Who's fucking filing their nails?
Is somebody scratching off scratch offs?
It's me and my blender. Sorry.
Yeah, you got some
You
scratch
making a
offs.
smoothie?
You making a squiggly?
Hold on. We have an update on the Hulk. Wow.
Not bad,
that
right?
was quick, bro.
Dude,
Holy crap, man!
put that back up, bro. That shit is banging.
Holy shit, that was fast, dude.
Wow.
You're making like $26 an hour with the way you're charging for it.
Yeah, if somebody would actually buy one.
What made you decide to go to the larger print? Which I think is the way to go.
The bigger paper?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of
gives you more freedom, a little bit more room. You could do full bodies.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome, bro.
That fucking looks great, dude.
It looks really, really good, man.
I would love to have a wall of original art from all Realm members, but I don't want to pay. So,
I can draw a good Garfield.
Somebody's like, I don't want to pay.
I'm broke. I'll trade you a flipper.
That wouldn't be a bad trade.
What do you want, Dust?
I don't know, man.
I got Starscream coming to me. So
I do. I'm sending Matt that Starscream I did.
It's
Why don't you trade him a flipper for it? There you go.
I got Bobby shit on the wall. I got John Wayne Davis. I got his art. I got Cody's art. You know, it'd just be kind of cool, like to get. Yeah, I mean, I got the trading cards, of course, in the rock boxes, but it'd be kind of cool to just go around and get like original pieces from everybody and just put it. I would actually put it on my main wall of my apartment. Like what I want to do when you first come up the wall, we come up the steps. It's got the R.O.C. fucking logo poster. Everybody sign that shit, and then there's pictures of all of us and art all around, like an R.O.C. wall when you first walk in.
Something cool. from the X-Men. Like that.
You want an X-Men? Okay.
X-Men.
He wants Gambit.
He likes that Gambit.
I hate Gambit, man. You know, I say everybody loves Gambit. I was never a Gambit fan, man. I never fell for that Gambit shit, man.
Who's your favorite X-Men? That's your best character. Who's your favorite one?
It's hard, man. There's so many.
Well, you know,
he has one.
I have to keep it like the Cockrum Claremont era, you know, Cackrum and Byrne. It's kind of hard, man.
Jubilee.
No, not even. It's between Colossus and Wolverine, man. Like
Colossus, really?
And I was always a big Colossus fan, and
Colossus is awesome.
The fastball special was always whenever that came up. When I was a kid, man, I was like, "Ooh, they're doing the fastball special."
Yeah.
And then when I read Days of Future Past, and that's how Wolverine died, I was like, "Oh, the fastball special." Into the Sentinel, and the Sentinel goes and kills it. I'm like, ah. But you know, to be a child and reading that comic at that point in time, man, it's a really good fucking feeling. I remember that back in the day, man. I could, as much as I hate being this old, but I cannot deny like growing up and reading these books and having those experiences.
So you know those older X-Men titles, especially the Claremont run, they were just so great.
Claremont run was like 30 years.
The first one was 17. Yeah,
Marvel was smart, man. They're like, if it's not broke, don't fix it, man. He's killing it. I mean, the artists changed hands a couple of times, but and if you watch old interviews with Claremont, he was just like saying, like, you know, it's their characters. I want you invested. I'm not going to change them up every couple of years. You have to go back to day one and learn about them and feel it and live their experiences with them. So. And he's a heavy dialogue. When you buy a Claremont book, there's a lot of bubbles with a lot of fucking words.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd have to go with Wolverine being my favorite too, dude. Always has been.
Favorite costume? Tiger stripe, brown, the yellow.
The yellow.
All day. You talking about first appearance yellow?
Well, there's two. Then they do the Tiger Stripe is the first one, and then they did the brown, and then they did like a kind of a redo of the yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow.
I like the Tiger Stripe.
The leather.
The Jim Lee 90s.
The Jim Lee leather.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
That one was dope.
So, who else favorite
I
X-Men?
always had a thing for a Juggernaut for some reason. I thought Juggernaut was pretty cool.
A thing? You had a thing for him?
Yeah, Juggernaut. Yeah. Shout out to Cole. Juggernaut was a good character because the way they brought him in, being Charles's brother, his stepbrother, it was a great way to work that in. Great character.
I'm always been a big Hulk fan, so he kind of reminded me, when him and.
Hold on. We got hey, look at me! I got a combiner moment.
Oh, shut it.
I need attention. Give me attention. Combiner attention.
Combiner fishing.
Didn't Juggernaut and Hulk face off once before?
Yes, they have.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at chat. Night of Ren says, yeah, I'm a brown, I do like the brown costume. When the brown costume came in, I wasn't hating it. Really set his way for that. And that brown costume
hate that one.
Long time.
Who said they hated it?
I absolutely do hate that one. I do not like that one at all.
Brown costume?
Yeah, not a fan. Never
Why is that?
Been. I think it's because of when I think of Wolverine and a Wolverine being from Michigan is always Amazing Blue.
Ah, gotcha.
Mm.
When did you start reading the book? The Jim Lee era? Were you in that era?
In the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, right when it changed.
Yeah, right when it happened. Yeah, I remember the first cartoon where he had the brown suit. It was the Katie Pride.
Yeah. Pride of
the X-Men.
Pride of the That was a great fucking episode, man. That's on YouTube if you want to watch that.
Yeah.
There's a huge story behind that episode.
Well, do tell.
Oh no, that episode was made to start the toy line.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Yep.
Because the toy line actually was pretty dope. I just didn't like
and then
that.
They shelved
costume.
it, and they Pride of the X-Men. Now they're around looking at them, and then they shelved it. But it's very reminiscent of the old Marvel shows, like the Spider-Man, Amazing Friends and stuff like that. It was the same illustration team and stuff like. It was a really good episode.
Yeah, it's just
it was actually. It was promoting. Sorry, it wasn't promoting the toys. It was promoting the video game that came out at the time.
The arcade.
Oh, the one in the arcade.
Yep.
The arcade.
X-Men versus arcade, wasn't it?
You guys
Is that the one where Wolverine had the Australian accent?
Yes.
Actually, though, he had the Australian accent in that episode of Spider-Man Amazing Friends.
Spider-Man Amazing Friends, but he also had it in that one.
Did he? I haven't watched it in ages. I'd have to go back and check. I thought it was just in Spider-Man.
The fucked up thing about Google Hangouts is that you cannot. I could screen share a YouTube video. We just can't hear the audio.
Yeah.
How dope would it be that we could just pop up a video right now and watch it all together and do a mystery science sheet that
one of these days, man, you're gonna figure that shit out. It's gonna be dope.
Man. That's it. No, I remember. I think he had a fucked up voice in that one too. I'm sure.
You're gonna make me go watch it.
Ren said it was an Australian accent.
Also in the Pride of the X-Men.
That's what he was saying. Ren said in the chat.
Right.
Yeah, I thought so.
But it was also in the
Spider-Man and the Amazing Friends. God, do you remember that one episode in Spider-Man and Amazing Friends?
It was a Firestar origin.
Yeah, and they actually went up against the Juggernaut, and they had Thunderbird in there.
Yeah. My brother and Cyclops, he made that trench so he could get in. Friday X-Men Wolverine accent. Let's see if Google's going to help us out here.
Those were the same guys that also did the Incredible Hulk series.
Did anybody
Marvel Power Hour?
Yep.
Did anybody end up getting that game when it came back out for PS? What was it? PS3?
What, the X-Men?
Yeah,
I bought it on I bought it on 360 years ago when it was like $5, and I still have it on my Xbox One.
Which X-Men game are you talking about?
The arcade.
The arcade one.
I have it on my iPad.
Nice.
Oh, you mean like the old stand-up arcade game?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was available on console.
Yeah.
Yep. It was. It was on PS3. I don't know if they lit it. Is it downloadable on PS4? But it was dope, man. I used to
I've got
sit
both,
there and play it with my family.
Yeah, it was done by the same animation team as Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Amazing Friends, the Fantastic Four, that whole crew. I'm on Wikipedia.
It was a Marvel Animation Group, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm on Wikipedia now, so I'm lost. I think wasn't it Pyro? Pyro didn't even have Pyro should have had the Australian accent, and he didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just watching the animated series from the 90s the other night on Fire Stick. Going back through that series again.
And that's a good watch. Fast.
You said that one was trash?
No, I said it's fast. It's like the episodes go fast. It's like boom, 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 boom,
21 minutes.
Yeah, they try to put it cram as that. That's another one. All those old Marvels from the 90s were just made for the toys. And that goes back to the reason why the Secret Wars comics were made was to promote the toys. That's the only reason why Secret Wars ever.
Really? It was still a good series though.
Yeah, it was. It was. What was out for DC? Battle of the Super Friend. It was the Super Friend figures, the ones you could squeeze the legs or whatever. And
Superpowers.
Superpowers. And then that was their way to combat with them. They hooked up and made the action figures, and then Jim Shooter made the year-long event. It was the first time there was ever an event like that, a multi-month event. 12 issues, 1 year, just to promote the toys.
That's crazy.
And we got some really good implications, that long-lasting implications from it. I mean, the symbiote, that's where it came from.
That's where the black costume came from. That's where Venom came from.
Yep.
And that was even a better storyline because you know what? It was a costume that moved. They had no clue what they were going to do with Venom, but when McFarlane took over the book, and Spider-Man was rocking the black costume, he said, nah, if I'm doing it, he's got to go back to the red and blue. And they were like, well, how are we going to make it happen? He goes, I'll come up with something. And he sat down with the writer at the time, and they came up with the idea of the costume coming off and becoming its own, and that's where
Wait. So was that, would they have to make that decision before Secret Wars was done?
No. Venom came years later.
Yeah,
4 years later.
But what I mean, like, even if I remember during Secret Wars, like, even Spider-Man was kind of amazed that, like, the suit would just be on him and stuff.
That was the gimmick. And by the way, if you haven't known, a fan created that costume. There was a contest.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. So a fan he had made $19.42.
Right. But what I'm saying is Secret Wars. I mean that costume was alive even before they knew it was going to be like a symbiote or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just incorporated that element into it
because they were on an alien world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's still one of my favorite series. That the first Civil War and the X-Men Age of Apocalypse.
Ooh, good series.
I've been reading. I went back and I started reading the what the fuck was that with Madeline Pryor? With Mr. Sinister. What's the fucking name?
Oh, Mutant Massacre?
No, not the Massacre. The other one.
So don't do his part.
Oh, fuck, man, it's right on my phone.
Hold on.
I'm reading it and I don't fucking remember. Shout out to Coffee Life and Beer. I gotta move the chat down. Look at this. I'm sure Nidoran is gonna say Inferno.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the Inferno timeline. If you guys remember, some of us you may not remember that, but that was
the one with the clone of Jean.
Yeah, well,
that's who Madeline Pryor was. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I
remember that. Was the birth mother of Cable.
Yeah.
Chris Claremont was pissed when they said that we're bringing her back. He's like, how? I was the first guy to kill a character off, and you said she was going to stay dead. And they made the Madeline Pryor, which looked like her, and they had no clue, and they fucking brought Jean back, man. Ugh.
But Jean stayed dead for about 6 years.
A very long time,
I mean, they always joke around, too. They always joke around though that oh, how many times has she died? She's really technically died just once.
Yeah, because when she came back, it was
they retconned it, so she was in suspended animation originally for those 6 years.
Yeah, it was the Phoenix.
Grant Morrison
died,
yeah, and when Grant Morrison killed her off in like 2003, she stayed dead in the comics for over a decade.
Wow. But the original Jean Grey, when Phoenix died in the Uncanny back in the day, was not Grey. That was the Phoenix entity that took over her appearance and her thoughts and her feelings. She was in a cocoon at the bottom of the bay. Cocoon comic books. Jesus Christ. It's like a
I mean, it did kind of take away from the impact of that story.
Of course it did. Of course.
Because, I mean, that was a heavy-hitting story.
Somebody watching sports?
I hear someone got a
I think Eric's playing NBA 2K.
They got a foul on the court. There's a chicken on the court. There's a foul on the court. A chicken just crossed the fucking court.
That was good.
Cheap joke. You like that one, but the other one's failed. All right, that's good. I know we're boring everybody. We're talking comic books. Little X-Men action. Save that.
Dude, but that show was dope, man. That like the '90s series TV show was really dope. The books were really good at that time.
Well, what was cool about the '90s show is like they took hints in parts of the X-Men comic book line from years. Was it the same? No, but they kind of incorporated and kind of used it. So for an old school guy like me, I'm like, I wasn't mad at it because it wasn't the same. It's kind of like the DCU, you know what I mean? It's just, excuse me, the MCU, DCU. Ooh, relax. It was like the MCU, you know, like they take elements from those old school lines and kind of take liberties with it and make it their own for what they did. So that's kind of like how even the Spider-Man cartoon, which was fucking incredible. I love that cartoon.
Yeah, really good.
Very fast moving. They kept it fast moving, and it was basically they were pumping out figures, and they're like, all right, we got to get this guy in there, and it was kind of reminiscent of when G.I. Joe comic book was coming out. Larry Hama said this in an interview, like, you know, he was very story driven, and he was trying to give these characters life, and Hasbro be like, here's 14 new guys you got to introduce in this issue.
Yeah.
How am I going to introduce these guys?
He would introduce them in a way, and then they would be relegated to the background unless he locked them.
Exactly, dude. It would be right in the middle of the Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, 4 fucking episode Softmaster trilogy, and you'd have a splash page right in the middle of the pit, and they're all in like the motor pool, the pit. And there's all the new characters leaning up on fucking, you know, Jeeps and shit and talking, and you'll see like the little name under them, like, you know, Thunderhoof and Fuckface and Joe Fucker. You know, there they would be, you know. And you never see them. You never see them for a while.
Yeah. That's why Duke was never a big presence in the comics, because Stalker was the team's original first sergeant. So when, like 2 years later, they're like, okay, you got to introduce Duke. Hamill was like, yeah, but I like Stalker, but we'll bring Duke in for a couple of issues.
Good stuff, man.
You know, that when I go on, and this is like Eric, you know, he knows. I could not stand the G.I. Joe cartoon when I was a kid.
Really?
I hated it. I started reading the comics.
Well, you know,
and I had never seen the cartoon until I was 9. So
wow.
It was such a departure of what I loved. I absolutely hated Duke so much.
See, with me, I was comic book first, because the comic book came out before the show, and they used to do those little animated shorts to talk about the comic book, because you know that was the perfect way to do commercials for that, and I was into that. I loved it. Like, you know, when Zartan came in the book and they showed him going through it, you could YouTube that shit. You could see the old commercial, and then seeing the cartoon and having the same animation group. And it's the same thing with Transformers, because Transformers was the same way. They just rinse, wash, repeat with Transformers. Was We're going to start with a comic book. We'll do animated shorts, and then we'll do the show to promote the toys, and that's how we'll sell those. Yep. Comic book first, build the fiction, then you build the product.
Yep.
And it worked. It worked, man. I was in.
Josh, did you at least like the theme song?
Oh, I love the theme song, but the movie song.
But it's the same way. It's like the Transformers comic book was off the wall wacky.
Mm-hmm.
And and you had your cartoon, which kept it simple and clean. And the same thing with G.I. Joe. The cartoon was simple and clean, and the fucking cartoon comic was insane, incredible.
Yeah.
The Crimson Guard shit, and when Destro, and Cobra Commander were undercover escaping, and
after Springfield,
Zartan shit, Zartan killing the Soft Master, or the Hard Master, whatever the fuck it was.
The Hard Master.
Yeah, it was the Hard Master. But go back and read that shit, man. It's good fucking reading now.
Yeah, it was, especially the first. Well, I mean, I enjoy the entire run. Yeah, there were a couple issues here and there that weren't.
Of course, you got the filler fodder, whatever.
The ones where they introduced G2 Transformers and did the crossover, and like Cobra was responsible for giving Megatron the tank body, the green and purple tank body.
Oh, really? Is that where that came from?
Yeah, that's how they incorporated it back in '92. I hated that.
It's kind of a cool idea. It's different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Different.
I actually like the Transformers comic. Especially I'd say probably the first maybe 30 to 40 issues, because they had some really interesting stories that were different than, it didn't just take place on Earth. They dealt into Cybertron, they dealt into, characters and stuff that we never saw on the show. Interesting, little side stories, with different characters. But I mean, they even dealt with Autobots getting ripped apart and hanging in ceilings and stuff.
Shout out to Buster Witwicky.
Yeah. I remember as a kid though. I mean, they killed Optimus in issue 24, and
I think it was even earlier than that. Was it 24? He was gone.
24 after 2 years,
and then he had the head. He was the head.
I'd go back to my mom's house and be like, all right, because she was the one getting the comics for me, and I was like, is he back yet? Nope. Is he back yet? Nope. Is he back? Where the fuck is he?
Didn't they have his head suspended, and they were trying to get information from him?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Shockwave used him to, I think, give life to some Decepticons.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was out of the books, I think, for almost 2 years and stuff, because he didn't reappear until he became the Power Master in issue 42.
That's crazy.
Wasn't it the combiners that he gave life to? A couple of the Decepticon combiners?
Guys, you're going to make me do a comic book drop for G.I. Joe and Transformers.
You know what?
Watch all the bottom feeders come out for freebies.
I think he gave life to Jetfire. Well, I think it was Skyfire in the book.
That might have been it.
Yeah, because the Creation Matrix in the original comics and stuff was not something that he pulled out of his chest. It was something that it
was in his brain.
And he would then send it to give characters. Oh, you know what? It was the aerial bots.
EVW in the chat says Stumpticons. He gave life to the Stumpticons.
That's it.
So he probably gave life to the aerial bots too, and they were probably introduced in the same three issue mini story to fight each other. So,
right.
I gotta go back and read that again. It's been a while, man.
Remember when he died too? It was they were in that game.
Yeah, his personality was backed up to that floppy disk.
Yeah, and the thing was, he won the game, but since innocent whatever in the game died, he's like, fuck it, just blow me up. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, fuck it, new toys coming.
He comes back 2-3 years later as a Power Master.
Yeah.
You know what I like when they went back to Cybertron? You had Blaster and all the rebel bots. Fighting that battle up there.
The smelting pool with Straxus.
Yeah, the smelting pool.
That was fucking killer, man.
Surge that got
good stuff. Really good stuff. I mean, it was cheesy, but it was good. Matt, you don't read the comics, dude?
Which ones?
Any of them.
The Transformers comic. We're talking Transformers. Are you even listening to us? What are you doing over there?
I don't know.
He's editing.
Yeah, I'm editing. I got 3 stuff lined up already. I'm trying to get the IDW stuff. I'm missing.
We're talking old school Marvel, man.
Oh, old school. Yeah, I have all the runs of the old school Marvel. I have all those, and I almost have all the G2 ones also.
Yeah. G2 was a pretty good storyline too, man.
That was
it was.
Remember, Not Your Father's Autobot. Remember?
Yeah,
that was good
shit.
shit.
Got that big slug in his helmet.
Wasn't that
G2 cover?
Wasn't that when they brought Furman in from England, from the UK? Did Furman write G2
to write the US and stuff? He
sure did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a wild ass.
And the art was really good. I really liked the art.
That was good
They
stuff.
were kind of like human. They had human faces, kind of. They had some, human features.
We all remember that Sideswipe picture. The G2 Sideswipe with the fucking grin. Yeah, that's the reason why I bought that masterpiece, was because of that one comic book panel.
I have not read the IDW stuff either, like the Lost Light stuff. I'm trying to get the single issues, and I'm going to read them all at once. I need maybe.
It'd probably be a lot easier to collect them in trade or those big.
Well, Josh, I already just need 5, and so why would I need to get a trade when I can just get the?
You only need 5 left.
Whoa, he put you in your place.
That's okay. It's mad.
I'll tell you what I really loved was the Dreamwave.
The Dreamwave stuff was really.
I heard it was really
Dreamwave
good.
stuff had like awesome stories because it changed everything up. It was Ultra Magnus that was working for Shockwave, and then finding Decepticons and the Arctic and the human characters and stuff that mixed in it. But the artwork is just what sold it for me.
It just came out of nowhere. It's like Transformers were dead for years, and then Dreamwave came out and just totally brought the line back. Josh, you never read them?
Yeah, I actually have a lot of them.
Oh, I thought you said I've never read them.
I've got them all.
Did someone say they never read them here?
That was me. I never seen Dreamwave.
Oh, because I'm Johnny on the spot with the Google Drive,
I only wish that they had finished that story, because that was another one where it's like the next episode, Optimus is coming back, and the fucking company went bankrupt or whatever. I'm like, son of a bitch! Again!
Yeah, it was a great storyline with Galvatron with the Dark Ages, and it brought in all these fucking crazy characters, and it just never finished. It's like Deadwood on HBO, it just never finished. Good series, and San Francisco cocksucker.
So War Within miniseries, and then they did the War Within 2, the Dark Ages. I mean, it was just some of the most awesomest art that I've ever seen.
At the time, man, we were just like, oh my god.
The cover with Sunstorm, where he's all got electricity around him, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. That's the Dreamwave, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was Dreamwave.
I like that.
So what characters were in the comics that never made it on into the cartoon?
All of them.
Scourge.
Sunstorm
never made it in.
You said Scourge never made it in?
The comic book.
The G1 comic book, like the Marvel one, or what comic book?
Yeah, I was talking about the G1 Marvel.
Like the old Marvel series.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them were in the comics that were on the show.
Scourge, Blaster's friend, never made it into the cartoon. Straxus never made it into the cartoon.
Yeah.
It was more, I think it was the Cybertronian characters when they dealt with those stories. But I mean, they pretty much tackled almost all of the Autobots and Decepticons that were pretty much in the Generation 1 show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Skids got a lot of play in the comic.
Yeah, Skids was
good. Skids did. And like Whirl and Roadbuster, they didn't ever appear in the cartoon, but
that's true.
Simon Furman, he used them heavily in the UK.
Dude, yeah, if you want a fucking crazy experience, shitty art, the shittiest art in the world. But you read some of the UK comics, Simon was killing it. That's where the records come from.
Yeah,
like the UK had a totally different universe. Like you had your Marvel universe, you had the cartoon universe, and you had the UK Simon Furman universe, man. And it was nuts.
It was
anarchy, man. Anarchy.
Yeah. A lot of the things that people love today, Simon Furman implemented in the UK.
It was like punk rock of Transformer comics. It was
Yeah,
anarchy.
it was the sex
Really
Transformers.
It was no rules. It's just anything happened, man.
Well, he even changed up, some of the the team ups and stuff. I mean, in the G1 cartoon, it seemed like Ultra Magnus and Cyclonus were like the two bots that would go against each other. But then he turned around and he did Ultra Magnus versus Galvatron.
Yeah.
And that was fine. And then, he really loved, doing the Dinobots. I mean, some of those Dinobot stories in the UK comics were fantastic.
But the art was a little lacking.
Oh yeah.
Incredibly lacking.
I got a couple of trades that I read that were fucking incredible. Really good stuff. Just the art is just like, like a fanzine.
Like asshole.
And,
what's that, Matt?
Galvatron looked like an asshole.
Oh, I thought you called me an asshole again.
Didn't
no, he did
What he said again.
assholes.
Didn't he also
Again.
bring in Hook, Line, and Sinker?
Yeah, Furman's. I mean, let's not even like Bud Bodansky, man. Don't fucking that dude is fucking killer, man. He came up with the original fucking profiles for these guys, man.
Over a weekend.
I know.
Man, it's amazing.
Well, they were kind of forcing him. They probably were having a deadline. They said, you need to get this shit out.
Yeah, I really, I mean, I've never met the dude, and if I went to a con and he was there, I would definitely take the time to meet him and tell him thank you. Of course, he hasn't heard 100,000 times, but just like to sit at the bar with him and have a beer and be like, "What the fuck were you thinking?" He'd be like, "Dude, it'd be like they gave me a check and I just came up with it."
Yeah,
he's a regular dude,
I thought he did a TFCon. I know he did some BotCons. I was at one of the BotCons. He was there.
Yeah, he was at the first Baltimore Comic Con I went to a few years ago, and I went there and had that conversation with him. Thus, is pretty cool. I was asking him about it. Then he drew me a picture of Optimus on like one of those blank cover comic books. Just kind of sketched one out. Yeah.
He's like, I had to fuck. He's like, you know what? I had to do what I had to. It's like creating anything. You don't know what's gonna happen from it. It's like the R.O.C. I don't know what the fuck. You just do this and then boom, it blows up into that.
And it's funny, the computer guy in episode 24, Optimus died. Ethan Zachary. He's like, yeah, my nephew is named Ethan Zachary or something.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. I definitely got to go back and do another a read of that, and of course the G.I. Joe is crazy. The craziest with the fucking when they started getting into all that shit with Billy and the fucking Crimson Guards and wow, how fucking nuts was that, man? That was good stuff.
Wow, just the Cobra Civil War was my favorite part.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're approaching the 2-hour mark here. Do you want to keep broadcasting, or you want to take this down and we can just go off air? I'll leave it up to you guys.
Just do a candlelight dinner, maybe get in the bathtub or something.
What's that? I'm just saying that we
need to do some bathtub selfies.
We have a lot of good conversations tonight, man. A really good fucking show, man. Thank you guys for popping in. We had a lot of good time. Matt's quiet because he's editing another 35 seconds with.
Before we go, Eric in the chat wanted to know if they ever put the UK comics into a trade, and I want to say I think they did.
I got little trades. I got the old school little trades from back in the day.
There were several trades, and actually, you can find them on Amazon.
All right.
Oh, nice.
I'm sure if you go to your Yarg, you can find UK classics or something like that.
Yeah, wasn't one of them like Target 2000 something?
I have one of them. Yeah. I'll take some pics and throw them out there. But what do you guys think? You guys want to wrap it up? Or you want to keep going?
Like a condom.
All right. Everybody's like, yeah. Thank you, man.
I got
thank you for giving us one thing for this evening.
Yeah. I got Paul C coming on tomorrow for around 30 minutes. Go watch that.
What time?
Around 30. All right, around 30 minutes with Deluxe Baldwin. They go about 45, maybe an hour. He gets Chan on the show. It's fucking 3.5 hours. This dude could not take his eyes off Chan.
That was a fun.
It was an hour. It was like 6 days long. It just went 47 hours.
I hated that I missed it live.
He's just like all you see is like. Boop, 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 boop. Like he's just a bottom feeder. It's like, oh, she was on ETR. I'm gonna pick her up next.
Whatever. We've been talking a long time for you.
I love you, man. I'm just fucking with you.
That was a fun. That was a really fun. I mean, not saying everybody I've had on, I've had a wonderful experience. I got to hear different. That's why I'm doing it, because I love to hear different, voices of opinion and everything. And sometimes it gets longer, and then sometimes they get around 30 minutes. It just matters.
Yeah, I'm doing a new show on my channel, on the Dust My channel, around 30 seconds with Dust, and I'm gonna get everybody in. I'm like, hey, what's going on? How are you? Hey, welcome to the show. All right, we out. This is Robert D. My name is Dust Mites, and thank you for joining us. And I'm just gonna go around and do the same thing.
It's a fun time. I love it. I've had most everybody on here. Anybody else wants to come on, you are welcome to come on.
Yeah, you're running out of people, man. Yeah.
Hey, Deluxe, again,
you're not running out.
The scrapalizer.
Deluxe, what time is Paul coming on tomorrow?
It'll be 3 p.m. Eastern y'all's time, so about
11:45 a.m. Eastern.
I'll have to take a break.
Deluxe starts a show like a TBS broadcast. 11:05 on the Superstation.
I work around y'all schedule. I work around y'all schedule. It's not mine. I tell them whenever you want to come on, I'll work around your schedule.
Nah, man, I love it, man. I love the series, bro.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Baldwin, if I come on, can I?
Yes, sir. You can say whatever you do. Please.
Get on Matt Baldwin.
He said Mr. Baldwin.
Please sing that. I want to get Frogman on. I'll get anybody.
All right, so I get the consensus. We're done here, or you guys want to continue?
Yeah,
we're done. All right, we're gonna continue unbroadcasted. If anybody popped, I'm sure some of these bums are gonna be popping out. So hit me up. Links in here. It's only 11 o'clock. I'm still going strong. Matthew, shut the fuck up. We didn't really do any intros tonight, so let's do. Remember, I'm loud. I'm a lot louder than you, Matthew.
Everybody's gonna bounce.
Matthew, I love your glasses. How your bangs hang over your forehead. I love your bangs. Matt's got the hair like the Great Hulk. I'm just saying.
It's all right.
We didn't do some intros, so let's do some matchos. Brian Brink.
Brian Brink in Facebook. Whatever. And at Brinklizer on Instagram.
Whatever.
Brian Brink sitting in this motherfucking chair.
Yeah.
You. Deluxe. Baldwin.
Hell Hasbro Reviews. Go check it out. Sub, all the good stuff. I'm on another podcast called Fuck Shattercast Uncut. You can follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, all the good groups and all that good stuff. And you can find me on the R.O.C. Spamming my stuff all the time. So good night, folks.
Out of control.
Yo. Eric,
He knows exactly what
on the Facebook chat. Yeah, on Instagram at Kennedy's Village. Nothing important as far as collecting, but we do got a couple of things as far as sickle cell related. So check us out, spread the word. Let's get a cure. Peace.
Ribbit.
Eddie Frogman in the Facebook groups, and thank you very much for having me, guys.
Well, thanks for being here.
Sure.
How's the snow going out there? We got a lot of snow?
Shit, man, I'm down to 1/8 of an inch.
Wow, shrinkage.
Must be cold in there.
Well, I'm sitting here telling you guys, I got a text from one of my guys at work, and the night crew called out. There's 2 inches of fucking snow. Oh man, Monday's gonna be a bad morning for you motherfuckers. All right, next up, Hurricane BX. You still awake?
Yes, I am. Hurricane BX all over social media, guys.
Oh, he's here?
Dude, yeah, you didn't even. He just taking it.
That's that time, man.
Dude, did you guys hear him snoring on fucking? Was it Figure Banging?
Yeah.
You guys hear some snores on Figure Banging? He was in Dust Mike. He like,
There were 2 or 3 that snuck through.
yo, Jose Smart. He takes off the video. I should have did that fucking 4 years ago. And Ace said, "Is somebody snoring?"
Did you hear Jose? No.
And then like
No.
I was like, yo, if Jose's sleeping, let me know. I need to jump in and try to shut the show off. Because if Jose falls asleep and he's controlling the show,
It's a wrap, bro.
yo, dude, remember that one hangout where it went like 16 hours long and I'm like this?
Dog. I was like, what is this?
Guys, you missed the best one of the early hangouts. I fucking passed out. And I'm controlling the button, stop broadcast. I was out. The fucking show went for like 8 hours. I'm just like this. I'm like this, and I'm like that. I went back and watched the video. You see Wookie's tail go across the screen. Everybody jumping in. Dust, wake up, Dust. And I keep my phone on fucking silent, so I wouldn't hear it anyway with fucking headphones on or anything like that. I was like, and I took it off. I took one of them offline. I need to dig it out and see if I have it. I'm gonna throw it up with like music behind it or something like. All right, let's keep it rolling. John
Birkenmeyer in the Facebook groups. I'm also part of several groups on Facebook. Transformers, Takara Masterpiece Third Party, Cybertron Cafe, Transformers Generation 1 for Life. Hit me up, send me a PM. Primarily for me, collect Transformers, Battlestar Galactica, and movie and television diecast. So
I think I saw you in Hummel's All My Life group. Is that right? Hummel Are My Life?
Hummel?
No, you're not a Hummel collector? No,
definitely not a Hummel collector, and I don't collect Precious Moments either. So.
I might have been wrong. I was in there looking for. I was scooping in there trying to find new Hummel. I thought maybe my bad.
That's probably John with an N, not with an H.
Oh, that's what it was.
So,
Tilt.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, anytime. The door's always open. Tilt.
Yeah, man.
You can find me on Facebook under my birth name. And check out the Friday show on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel, MPSP Theater. We're doing something new, and let us know what you think. Leave some comments.
Gay porn.
Wow.
Yikes. Well, got to keep the lights on somehow, Matt.
That brings a whole new definition to the term pegging.
Yep.
And on that note,
Lovely.
Nice. The collector, aka the drawer artist, drawings. What's up, dude?
Yeah, so you can find me every Monday night on ETR. I'm also on your favorite quarterly podcast, Toy Detox. Yeah, man, it's still going.
Is that quarter century?
It feels like it some days. You can find me on Instagram under Tyler the Collector, and also drawing your girl like one of my French girls. So.
Ooh.
Coming in, man. All right. I am the fat bastard old guy. Thanks, guys, for popping in. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to check out the Realm of Collectors, all these cool old channels that we got going to the shows and the Cool Table Network and all that other bullshit you know what I'm talking about. But thank you guys for being here. We had a good time. This is the old school reminiscence. This is what I love about it. This is how we started, nights like this. And they weren't broadcasted. You know what's fucked up? Nights like this weren't broadcasted. We lost a lot of good conversations, but it don't matter. We just pick them up and go forward here. So thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, that's all I got. How's the snow going in your area?
It slowed down a little bit out here.
Snow report.
Still raining here.
Got a good 7 inches, but it is what it is.
Oh, so do I.
Whoa. All right, don't forget. That's all I got.